So thanks for checking out this video. And sometimes I get the question of, hey, how can I add my agent to my cluster? So what we've done here today is set up an OpenShift cluster. It's actually a 3-node cluster running on Azure. And we're going to show you how to quickly deploy an agent inside a container and run it on OpenShift as a daemon set. So the first thing we're going to do, step 1, is we're going to take a manifest with the RHEL Universal Base Image, otherwise known as UBI. We're going to bundle in an agent in an RPM format, and we're going to build a container. We're going to store that in the local registry on our RHEL host, which is actually just my laptop. And then this next step is we're going to enable the OpenShift local registry because it's locked down secure by default. And then once it's available, we can go ahead and push the container from the local registry to the OpenShift local registry. And then from there, we can go ahead and deploy the daemon set. So let's get started. Okay, in order to create the container with the agent, I'm actually going to use the RHEL UBI image. So as you can see, the first line is to go ahead and pull that down from access.redhat.com. And then I listed myself as the maintainer, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a yum install or a DNF install of a particular agent. In this example, I'm using the WA Linux agent, which is sort of like a Azure agent. Not sure if that makes sense to actually use this agent on this cluster, but for this example, I'm just, you could think of it like a pre-built RPM. So if you've got another agent that's in an RPM format, you can just go ahead and install it into the container and you're off and running. All right, let's go ahead and build the container. Okay, let's do a sudo podman build and give it a tag. And actually building the image, and you'll see that we're going to add the agent as well, which is the WA Linux agent. Okay, the container is built. Let's go ahead and list it, and there it is in the local registry. Now we can go ahead and run it as well, and when we run it, we can make sure that the agent is now in the container by just running the command. Okay, it's in the container. That's great. We can go ahead and exit. Okay, you're going to see that we're running on OpenShift version 4.7.13. In this case, we're using a 3-node cluster in Azure, and we're logged in as kubeadmin. Okay, so now we're going ahead and enable the local registry within OpenShift. In order to do that, we have to patch it because it's disabled by default for security reasons. And we'll go ahead and get the route. Now we can go ahead and log in to the cluster via podman. Okay, and that succeeded. Okay, let's go ahead and tag the image in the local registry on my laptop. And once we've done that, we can go ahead and push the image from my local registry to the OpenShift local registry. Okay, that's completed. We can see that we have the image in the local registry now. Okay, now we can make sure we have a policy to use the image inside that registry before we launch the daemon set. And then we can go ahead and create a daemon set file and make sure we're pointing to the image now in the OpenShift local registry. So now let's go ahead and launch that daemon set using OC apply. Now we can type OC get ds and actually review the daemon set. And if we do an OC get pods, we can see that the daemon sets are running on each host. And in this case, I have a 3-node cluster, so it's running on each one of the nodes, which are all 3 are running as masters and workers. Okay, so the final step is just to connect into one of the containers and make sure that the agent is actually inside the container. So we're going to go ahead and RSH into one of them. Doesn't matter which one. And we can go ahead and run the command to determine if it's present now in the container running as the daemonset. And it is. Voila. So that concludes this demo. Thanks for watching.